Another video, and this time it's gonna be a little special because we're gonna have it on Mega Capital G's channel. If you guys haven't seen my channel before, please check it out in the link below. And if you're seeing it on the Wise Guys channel, please subscribe and check out both channels for my team. Shouts out to them for being there for me and helping me and cheering me on the entire way. I ended up with 7-1-1 with Salamangreat. My only draw was the Infernoid Lair, which was my good friend from locals, Jacob and Willis, and I ended up losing to the Sky Striker player that got 6th place. The rest of my matches were kind of random. A few Salamangreat mirrors, Crusadia, and it trained the guy that was actually undefeated until round 7 or 8. But yeah, and I beat all Ultra guys. But no Thunder Dragons, which is very odd, especially when I main deck cards to beat them. But we'll go ahead and get into the deck profile. It's pretty straightforward. So we got 3 Lady Debug. This is your Stratos. It searches for any level 3 alert Cyburst whenever it's summoned. And it's a really powerful card. It's a 1-card combo. If you guys haven't seen the combos are like everywhere on YouTube. You got 3 of your Gazelle. This is your Foolish Burial. If you guys don't know, when it's summoned, and whenever a Salamangreat card is sent to your graveyard, it has to be a monster. You can special summon this guy from your hand and do the whole combo pretty much. 3 Spinny. This is the guy you need to do your combos most of the time to make rank 3 plays for Stalio. This guy also gives a pump, which is key. It's the only reason I actually won my round 9 in time, because the pump for 500 damage on my opponent's turn. Very key. Yeah, shouts out to that guy. That was a crazy match for the mirror match. We got Foxy. This is like your Potter Duality when it's normal summoned, but no restrictions other than grabbing a Salamangreat off the top of the top 3. It also can come back and pop back in the front of the graveyard. But note, it has to be face up. It's actually key. 1 Jet Jaguar. This is recycler for your graveyard. Usually you recycle your extra deck cards, and so you can make more plays because you need more of the same extra deck cards because of your field spell. And this guy can do piercing, which happened a couple times. This is your recycle for your trap cards when it's sent to the graveyard, period. And this guy was really good. I was actually learning how to play this deck throughout the event. I did not know all the combos until probably round 5 or 6. I actually was learning it while I was playing it because I picked it up 11:30 the night before. So I was very fortunate to have a couple of pretty decent rounds where they were pretty free because of a very powerful blowout card in the end of my lineup. 2 Psychic Wielder. This is a good extender. Sometimes this actually is the only reason why I won. But I do recommend playing this card. I'm not sure if I should bump it up to 3 or not, or to play Terra Top. But these cards are much more consistent than Terra Top and Takatomborg, so I'd rather play these. You probably could play a Psychic Tracker as well, so you don't clog these. But the Synchro play never came up because I know they didn't play against Thunder Dragons. You got 3 Ash. This guy is recyclable, and he negates basically anything special summons from the deck or adds from the deck to your hand. But yeah, this guy was very, very powerful. I think this is the only deck that, besides Sky Striker, that actually can afford to play this because it's just that good with the deck. It's also a 3-star monster, which is good to note. I did have to make Stalio with this a couple times with Wielder. 3 Droll. This card actually sucked my entire weekend. I drew it like a few times, and the times I did it actually did nothing because in the mirror match, it actually doesn't really do anything. I'd rather it be another card like Thanos himself right here. But yeah, this was mainly for danger decks, and I played 0. But I was prepared. This card got sided out almost every game because it does nothing against Ultra Guys either. And I don't want this card to conflict with my Thanos inside, so I usually set this out for Thanos. 3 Impermanence. I mean, wait, I don't have 3. Again, 4-3. This card's way too expensive. Maybe when it gets reprinted, I'll have a third one. But this card is basically the same thing, Fake Veiler, and yeah, rounds out my hand traps for negating monster effects. I would not want more than 3 negations for effects, I don't think, anyways. Don't think it's necessary. That's it for the hand traps, and we're going to the spells. 3 of your add any 1 Salamangreat monster. Quick play. So if your opponent has a way to interact with you with Ash, Droll, you can chain this, and then boom. But usually Droll doesn't actually affect you, so it's fine. But this card is really powerful, and also it has a protection effect if you link using the same monster, which came up like a couple times. 1 Will of Salamangreat. This card is amazing. It's hard, every time I drew it, I actually feel like I only lost 1 game when I actually drew this card, but almost every time I drew this card, it felt like it was really too powerful. It's a Monster Reborn from the graveyard, and you can also do like a mini Soul Charge. But usually, I think the Monster Reborn effect's actually better because it can bring back the Link monsters. The Soul Charge cannot. The only time I think the Soul Charge would be better whenever you want to recycle your Falco and your trap cards and stuff like that, but in a really big grind game. Whenever your Field Spell, which is searchable, you do not need more than one. This helps you do your link like stacking, and it helps you do your combos. Without this card, you can't do the one card combo with Debug. One Fusion of Fire, some people are not playing this, but this card was very good against Sky Striker in the sense that you would just alter the monster's attack with either by Spinny or with the Link 3 by targeting Ash, and this is like a billion damage. To round out spells, you got 3 Call by the Grave, anti-hand traps, which I thought was necessary if I played a Sky Striker or the Mirror Match, which I did, and 1 Sacrifice. But Foolish Burial is very good to start in your place. Dumping Spinny and summoning Gazelle from your hand is pretty powerful. To the traps, got 2 Roar and 1 Rage. This one's like the Raigeki Break and or Fire Lake. Based off if you have a Link monster using the same material, and this guy can only be used, and this card is a counter trap for negating anything as long as you have a Link monster for Salamangreat. But a lot of times people can play around this card because it cannot negate summons, which kind of sucks. So this card I actually think was better for the most part throughout the weekend when I actually did see this card, or actually did the combo where I got this card. To round up my traps, 3 Artifact Sanctum and the 1 Scythe, which is not a trap, but it can be set in the back row, and I wanted to save this for the end. This was a blowout every time I drew it against most decks. This card is too good. It's like a barrier for everything, and if they can't go into the extra deck or make a push, Salamangreats are just going to OTK you, and a lot of monsters that start combos now with the Crusaders and everything have like really low attack, and yeah. And I can make their attack 0 and do the double damage play after, which was just stun them, then OTK them. And or put a ton of damage on to where any damage really kills them. Except for the deck, main deck, 42 cards. 2 Banelinks. This card adds your Field Spell, and it's a protection in the graveyard like Return of the Dragon Lords. Very good. If your opponent throws a board wipe you with Dark Hole or anything, you protect all of your Salamangreat cards, which is really good. Mainly, I'm really glad I played 2, but sometimes I think I might have needed a 3rd, but it never really came up. I felt like I really was going to get in that point, but I never did. 2 of your Mimic Saber Invoker, Rash Stalio, special anyone from your deck, but the key is that it comes in defense mode, and then whenever this card activates its effect, for this turn you can't use any monster effects except for fire effects, which does hurt a little bit, but not as much, because you can still make cards that have like effects that don't really activate that are just good on your opponent's turn. You got 3 Sunlight with the MVP, helps you recycle, do everything you need to do, and this plus Scythe on your opponent's turn, pointing at his zone, you get to add back an Ash or anything. So if you're going to Ash your opponent and then Scythe them, you add back the Ash. It's pretty insane. 2 Helio. Didn't think I needed more than 2 ever, but this card is really good, and the double bounce backer play is really powerful. It's the only reason why I think I might play a 3rd in the end, but yeah, he also can change attacks, like I said. You can target the Ash and Graveyard, target their monster, make it 0, and then you summon your Fusion and do double damage over any monster that he battles, as long as their attack's different than normal. And usually his attack's 4,700 because of fusing this with Jackal, and that's just game. The rest of the links, I got 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn, and 1 Borload. I didn't actually make either of these Nightmare cards the entire time because I didn't play against any decks that I really didn't feel like I needed it. And I made Borload 1 time against a mirror match for a game. 1 number 41 Baguska. This card was I made it like 1 time when I actually had the play to do so. But yeah, I feel like if I knew the combo better, I would have been able to do it more times. And the last card, Airstrike Bringer Neck, which didn't ever come up because no Thunder Dragons. 3 Thanos from my side deck. Shout out to Bruce, he let me borrow the 3rd one. So this guy was actually very, very good against the mirror match in the sense that it gives you a 2400 body that you have to remove, and also it's the best against Sky Striker in the sense that it negates Widowlinkers. That's the main purpose why I love this card on my side deck. It's just a blowout, and I think it's better than playing the Evenly match because it actually fixes your hand and actually does something. But this guy's amazing. I need to pick up a 3rd one. I think I'm getting one this Wednesday. 3 Pankratops. The card was really good against Ultra Guys, and I set it in a lot actually going 2nd because I don't know what floodgates people are setting in. Like there can be only 1, and I didn't want that to come up. And yeah, it's out to that. 2 Ghost Trigger. This card was really good the weekend. When I decided in against certain decks, it was really powerful against the Inferno deck I played against. But it has a lot of niche uses against the Rogue deck, so I really wanted to have it just in case, because Droll is bad in a lot of matchups. 2 Ghost Bell for Thunder Dragons, and I did not see one. 2 Lancia for the beginning index, anything like that, any of the danger decks that have like immense draw power. I wanted to have more hand traps against that, but didn't play against any of them. And the last 3 sides was 3 Twin Twister. This was brought in a lot, games 2 and 3, because I felt like people are gonna have cards for me to deal with. But if I didn't feel like they needed them, I didn't feel like I thought any traps, I wouldn't set it in. But this was mainly for Ultrageist and True Draco and cards and decks like that. This card was the MVP against the Ultrageist deck I played against. And shouts to that guy who's a brand new player. He and I had a good match until game 3, where he bricked. Thank you for watching my video, and if you guys haven't subscribed or checked out the Wise Guys, please do, and check out Ink Gaming. The link will be in the description of my this video, and see you guys next time.